Hey y'all, it's your cousin Turquoise. Welcome to her Creative Life YouTube channel. Today is such a special day because my business is celebrating 6 years of being in business. So I was like, what can I talk about with the family? And I just want to talk about being a business owner, right? I definitely commend the younger folk for being business owners. I have to say there's like 10 times more business owners in this recent generation than it was when I was younger, like in my early 30s, even into my 20s. But it's not easy. And it takes a lot of work. And it's going to be highs, it's going to be lows, it's going to be in betweens. So I just want to come and talk to y'all about some of the high points that I've experienced and low points of being a business owner. Our first big L I ever took was I didn't know what the hell I was doing, and I had to refund a customer $400, right? Now, just by hearing that, you should know that cost of $400 was in the beginning stages of when I was literally just getting my feet wet. I was getting my feet wet as a graphic designer. Right? Charged this guy like $400 to create a website for him, right? He wanted it to look like a factory with music and smoke. And I'm like, sure, I can do that. No problem, child. I had to give him back his $400. It was a mess. It was raggedy. I really didn't know what I was doing. So, of course, with that being like one of my very first big projects, I felt like a freaking failure because I'm like, oh my God, I thought I knew what I was doing. So, yeah, that was lesson number one. Know what you're doing. Know what you're talking about. And if you don't know, because let's face it, we're human. And in the world of graphic design, there's trends. Things are constantly changing. Your demographic client changes. Literally, no 2 or 3 clients is getting the same thing, right? Everything is truly custom. So with that being said, I had to learn, like, sometimes you have to sit out and you have to learn. And if you don't know, that's okay too, but you need to do the research. You need to seek out YouTube. You need to Google. You need to do the work to get the coin. Do the work to get the coin. Oh, I like that a lot. Do the work to get the coin. So that was L number one. L number two was actually I did it to myself. Again, undervaluing my work, right? When you're first starting out in business, it's like, listen, I'm just lucky I get a click of you, I get a coin, I get a this, I get a that. And that's fine. I truly believe in crawling before you walk, but eventually you got to get up and walk, baby. So don't undervalue yourself in business. There was so many times when I look back where I just like straight up undervalue myself. And you know what's so crazy about that? Now that I think about how I undervalued myself when I was first starting out as a graphic designer, those businesses that got like my super duper cheap rates, they never even got off the ground. Charge your value, but really know that you're worth that value. Really know your stuff, because you can't go around charging people and you're providing crappy services. We're both luxury and we're not doing generic. So I'm not going to give you a generic logo or t-shirt or business card or signage, and you're not going to give me generic coin, because this is real. And at the end of the day, how in the world am I only going to charge you $150, but you're going to make thousands, possibly millions off of something I create? Get out of here. Moving on swiftly and professionally. Number 3L. Know your client. Know your client, know your client, know your client. And respect your clients in them being an individual, right? In this line of graphic design, I've dealt with and worked with everybody in between, from the super, super ghetto to the super, super bougie and everything in between. I know what clients need a little bit more attention. I know when clients are like, I really don't need you to sit here and hold my hand. I'm going to leave it in your lap, girl, and you're going to handle that for me. So knowing your client, knowing your target audience, knowing who needs your product is really, really important. Actually, you need to educate yourself about the business and go just beyond YouTube. Go beyond just Google. Get a book. Do the research. I mean, even if it's like once a day or 2 hours out of your day or 5 hours out of the week, you dedicate to learning your business and learning. And when I say learning, I'm not just talking about, just opening a book. View your demographics. Know the numbers. Know the product. Know your stuff. That's all I'm saying. All right, y'all. Enough of this depressing stuff. Let's get to the wins. Number one was when I made my first I want to say my first $5,000. And I didn't even know it. I was like, I just made $5,000. And when I talk about made $5,000, it was like less than in like, I say a 2-week period. So technically I made $10,000. Yeah. My first 10, I was super hype about. I was like, okay, she did that. My second win, knowing my worth, knowing what I'm worth, never compromising. Now I'll work with you all day. But baby, this one over here, this ain't no joke, okay? I have high self-esteem, okay? My self-esteem is much higher than my high heels. I ain't one of them big bras with low self-esteem and good credit, because sister girl got both. But yeah, knowing my worth. And number 3, I always used to say my goal, or not a goal, but my frame or mindset of a good entrepreneur is working hard enough and getting in those rooms where I don't no longer have to be introduced, because they know who I am. Really bad to say as a graphic designer, I have no business cards. I haven't had business cards in over like 4 years. It's not on purpose. I could design business cards if I really wanted them. It's like nothing, but the reputation that my business, the Art of Kreation, has built itself on, to where word of mouth is gold. And it's so funny. We live in a society that pretty much shuns like being super social. I can get it by myself, team I, but then you talk about you're so lonely, which I don't understand. That's a contradiction. But anyways, so I really pride myself in having the reputation to where I don't have to have business cards, because people send for me. People know our work. People know the logo. They know our brand. They know our aesthetics. They trust us with your dreams. That is success to me. Yes, money is great. It's cool. But you can't get to the money if you ain't got a good reputation in the streets. You can't get to the money if you don't do your research. You just, it's not going to come. So that reputation, that word of mouth is golden. And I want y'all to really hold on to that. And that's like the biggest win for me. And if y'all see my cat, girl, I just paid to pay here. She's the real boss of this joint, okay? But yeah, so that reputation is solid gold. And trust me, I've taken L's. I've given back money to clients that really didn't deserve it, but I just thought about my brand and my reputation as a business owner, and I was like, here you go. It's just money. I'll get it back tenfold, and I have gotten it back a million times more.